except sleep and watch TV because he has access to a TV. And then I also, and then I asked him about the food.
VP Sara, okay guys, so bigay ko lang yung aking mga reaction doon sa nangyaring pag-aresto kay President Duterte. So actually I've already take note dito sa aking cellphone, so make some analysis, no? Tingnan natin. I will start it with the arrest warrant, no? Ito, tignan natin. So first and foremost guys, yung pag-aresto kasi ay actually ang sabi nila it's a secret warrant of arrest, no? Nabasa ko na rin yung warrant of arrest is very mas magagaling pa tayong gumawa, no, ng transcript, no? Ako kung ako gagawa nun, mas malupit pa yung transcript na gagawin ko ron, no? So kaya nga sabi ko mas magagaling tayo kaysa sa mga banyaga. The only thing that happened is that yung pagkakamali rito is that the government, no? But actually I want to make some differentiation, no? The government is different from the administration. So when we talk about the government pertains to us, the people, who is the government, while the administration is the one we elected, no? Is the one we elected, and that is by the representation of the president itself, voted by us. So that is the administration. So we must not be angry at the government itself, but we must be angry at the administration. Kasi if you are angry at the government, you are angry at yourself, no? So meaning to say, we must be angry at the administration of how he handles, how he manages the government. Understood? Okay. So the thing is, ito na. The administration had already connived with the ICC. So nakipag-connivan siya sa International Criminal Court o doon sa Hague, Netherlands, no? In which siya pa yung nag-communicate, tumawag doon para pumunta na rito sila sa Pilipinas at arestuhin, iserve ang warrant, no, ng Interpol kay President Duterte. Then, meaning to say, so in terms of that communication, the incumbent president made an agreement that he will give the evidences, he himself will give the evidences to the ICC. So for me, if I'm going to think about that, that is, or that pertains to a betrayal of public trust. So the incumbent president betrayed, no, the people. So it's a betrayal of public trust, no? It's traitorship, no? And because the ICC, no, the ICC's movement, no, conniving with the incumbent president is considered to be an attack, no, or an affront to the sovereignty of the people of the Republic of the Philippines. All right, when we talk about affront, it's an insult, no? The ICC attacked, the ICC insulted us, the Filipino people, no? That pertaining to law, because ICC is governed by an international law and us by our domestic law, no? Here in the Philippines, our law is the most powerful law in this land, no? The Constitution of the Republic. So any foreign invaders, no? Any international law must what do you call that? Dapat sila ay magbigay galang. They must respect the law here in the Philippines, no? The thing is, nung nasa atin pa si Tatay Digong, nahihirapan kasi ang ICC na litisin kasi nandito sa Pilipinas, di ba? Now, upang makuha si Tatay Digong, itong administrasyon na ito ay nakipag-conspire para si Tatay Digong ay madala doon sa Netherlands, alright? Which is against our sovereignty, which is an attack to our sovereignty, which is an affront or an insult to our sovereignty. Kasi bakit hindi nila ginalang yung batas dito sa ating bansa, no? At unang-una pa, anong ibig sabihin? Mayroon yung protocol, no? Now, under the ICC ruling, no? Sa ruling ng ICC, hanapin nyo sa internet, ICC Article 59, Paragraph 2, it pertains to the arrest procedure. Doon pa lang sa pag-aresto, mga kaibigan, may pagkakamali na, no? Ang ating gobyerno, no? Ang ating administrasyon, ang ating administrasyon at ang ICC. Kasi yan ay yung ang nangyari diyan, kasi in terms of arrest, the ICC and the administration, they have an agreement of how to arrest the suspect. Now, in accordance with the ICC ruling, no, the ICC must at first, no, give a red notice. Alam niyo yung red notice? Dapat may red notice muna, no? Pinapaalam dito sa administration na meron silang hinahanap na suspect na nandito nakabase sa Pilipinas. Alright? Dapat pinadala muna nila yung red notice. Then, after the red notice, doon na magkakaroon ng formal. Saka dadating yung mga taga-representatives ng ICC. And, after arriving, they will communicate. The International Criminal Court representatives must communicate with the competent judicial authority. And in the Philippines, ang ating competent judicial authority dito ay walang iba kundi ang Regional Trial Court, yung RTC na nakakasakop, no? Sa lugar na yon, sa Villamor Air Base, 'di ba? RTC. So meaning to say, RTC is a competent judicial authority, and the warrant of arrest, no, presented to the suspect must be explained doon, no, sa ating regional trial court. What is the reason for the arrest? Yan. What will be the reason for the arrest? Why are you arresting this person? Right? So doon mo na ilalahat yon, yung mga requirements, no, or ano tawag dito, yung mga cases, mga kasong sinampa laban sa kanya. Alright? And then in terms of in terms of that, explaining, no, to the RTC, the ICC representative explaining to the RTC, no, yung kanilang warrant of arrest, thereby doon magkakaroon ng litigation, cross-examination. I think this will last for about 1 to 2 days, no, or 3 days maximum. And then after that, in terms of application of interim for release, no, so dapat in-apply mo na yon dito sa RTC, which is already assisting the ICC, no? Dapat ganun. And because in accordance with Article 59 of Paragraph 2, the custodial state is none other than the Philippines. So dito muna tayo magkakaroon ng paglilitis. The custodial state, no? To the competent judicial authority. Kaya ang isasabihin sa inyo, hindi competent judicial authority. May tumayo dyan yung Department of Justice is not a competent judicial authority. No, hindi siya. No, according nga kay Attorney Libayan, di ba? Shout out Attorney Libayan. No? So, it's not a competent judicial authority. The Department of Justice is not a court, it's a department itself, di ba? It's an organization. How can it be a competent judicial authority? Di ba? How are you going to translate that? So, the competent judicial authority is none other than the RTC itself, because the RTC, they handle murder cases, no? Not the MTC. Kasi hindi naman nag-handle ng MPs ng murder cases ang MTC, only the RTC. So that's the competent judicial authority. All right? But the problem here is that nung dumating, guys, sinakay agad ni PNP CIDG Nicolas Torre, no, sa eroplano, no? Kung binasa man nila, binasa yung Miranda law, no? Yung Miranda right na you have to remain silent because anything that you're going to say will be charged against you, and you will be given of a counsel, or if you cannot afford a certain lawyer, you will be given by the state, by the government, of a certain lawyer, so that that lawyer can defend you in court. So yun. Sana nung pagkasabi niyo, pag sinabasa niyo yan, guys, saka niyo babasahin yung case, no? People of the Republic of the Philippines versus blah blah blah. Ay wala, hindi nila inelucidate, no? Na dapat pagkabasa mo ng you have to remain silent, automatic sakay sa kotse, dadalhin niyo sa nearest RTC na nakakasakop doon, which has a jurisdiction over there. So, yun dapat ang sistema. Kaso, ang mali ni Torre, ang pagkakamali ni Nicolas Torre, hindi niya sinunod yung article doon sa ICC. Isinakay agad siya sa eroplano. Because, if you will read, basahin niyo mabuti yung Article 59 of Paragraph 2. Dapat, doon muna siya lilitisin sa custodial state. Ang custodial state ay ang Pilipinas. Diba? Napakadaling intindihin nun. Okay, ito na, dinala na, diba? Dinala na sa eroplano, no? Si Tatay Digong. So, Tatay Digong, in terms of, di pa nga sa eroplano, doon pa lang sa baba, no? Tinanong yan na, sinabi ni Kitty, saka ni Mama Hanelet na Tatay Digong needs a medication, so he must be brought to a near hospital. But Torre, no, negated. So Torre disagreed with the idea to bring Tatay Digong to a nearest hospital. No, so that's already a violation. No, that's already a violation. Together with the ICC representative, no, that's a violation against what the ICC is trying to do. The ICC is what? Giving medical services to their suspects, no? So it's a violation already. And after that, so sa aeroplano, ang pinakain lang kay Tatay Digong sinangag, no? Sinangag. Humingi siya dun sa video ng Coke, wala, juice lang daw. Bastos pa yung attendant, no? Walang bigay galang. So even though we can say that, yeah, Attorney Duterte is a normal citizen after his job as the President of the Republic, but still he is the former President of the Republic, no? Siya, the greatest President of the Republic of the Philippines ever had, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, no? Okay, so another thing is that, ayun na, dinala na ron, then pagkakadala doon, okay naman, ano? Akala ko kasi nung pagkakadala doon ay, what do you call that? Nung madala siya ron, ay nawala kasi, no? Nung wala sa ospital, wala sa detention center, di raw nila kilala kung sino yung Rodrigo Roa Duterte according to former Executive Secretary Attorney Salvador Mejaldea, no? Pero in the long run, lumabas, dinala sa ospital, inayos, ginamot, blah blah blah. Okay? Pero kung nakita ko yung video niya doon sa hindi pa rin maganda yung kanyang stature, no? Nagsasalita si Tatay Digong doon sa court na nakapikit, no? O nakapikit siya. Okay, so then after that, nung madala siya ron, so ito na. Yung mga lawyers, no? Yung lawyers kasi binasa ko yung ICC requirements for lawyers or counsel, no, to defend the suspect. Dapat daw yun ay nasa list ng ICC counsel. So I'm worried, nag-aalala ako baka meron namang exemption kasi ang sabi sa ICC, you cannot represent that certain suspect, no, that accused if you are not within the list of the ICC counsel. Pero siguro because of the immediate arrest, no, that is considered to be as state kidnapping, no? It's a kidnapping, guys. It's a state kidnapping. You kidnap it without due process of law here in the Philippines. Hinugot mo siya. So there is a connivance of state kidnapping between the incumbent president and the ICC representatives itself, no? It's a state kidnapping. So ayun, nandun na. Dinala nila. Then afterwards, kasi yung palang mangyayari na yan, guys, pagkakadala mo dun, the first hearing will be or it will pertain to giving you your cases. They will expound to you what cases are brought to you, no, kung ano yung isinampa sa'yo na kaso. Then your attorney can as well explain in terms of arrest, how are the procedures in arrest, no, emanated. So pinaliwanag yun ni Mejaldea. Pero the only thing that I am wondering here is that, biruin nyo, there are 3 judges. They are all female, and the first one is yun to, the presiding judge is Judge Motok, no, from Romania. Let me give you the picture here. So ito, so this is so this is the first judge, the Judge Motok of Romania, Bucharest. She knows how to speak in English. This one, Alapini Gansu, Judge Alapini Gansu. He is a judge from Benin, Togo, from Africa, the continent of Africa, and they speak French. She doesn't know how to speak English. All right. Another one, Judge Liera. Judge Liera is from Mexico, the country of Mexico. All right. He doesn't know how to speak English. So meaning to say, dinala mo rin yung ating Pangulo, tapos huhusgahan siya ng mga dayuhan na hindi nga marunong mag-English, no? So ito ay isa blatant affront to the judiciary, no? Ay, oh my God, injustice, no? Injustice talaga ang nangyari. So ako guys, sa totoo lang, papayag ako maaresto si Tatay Digong dito sa atin. Excuse me. Tapos malitis siya dito sa ating bansa. Makulong siya, okay lang, kasi nasa Pilipinas eh. Kaso nasa ibang bansa, dayuhan pa ang magdidesisyon na siya ay mali sa kanyang mga ginawa. Dayuhan pa. Bakit tayong mga Pilipino ang hindi pwedeng magdesisyon sa kanyang mga ginawa at kailangan pa natin ng tulong ng ibang bansa? So pinapatunayan lang nito na napakahina ng ating hudikatura dito sa ating bansa. Yun ang gustong ipalabas ng administrasyong ito. Di ba? Our justice system is a failure. So when the ICCs entered the Philippine sovereignty, the Philippine country, and kidnapped the former president, that is already considered to be as a failed state. The Philippines is a failed state because we as a Filipino cannot enforce our law in our land. Diba? Grabe. O ito ha. O ito. Bigyan natin. Buti ka mo pumayag pala ang ICC, no, na maging lawyer si Attorney Mejaldea. At syempre nag-apply din dyan na lawyer si Attorney Harry Roque, at saka may lawyer pa sila from Great Britain, Attorney Kaufman from Great Britain, tutulong. Bali tatlo sila no? Si Attorney Roque, Attorney Mejaldea, and Attorney Kaufman of Great Britain. So ang susunod guys na hearing is on September 25, 2025. So I'm wondering what if President Duterte can post a bail, no, dito sa ICC. I think pwede naman siyang magpiyansa diyan. Pero bayaran, no, ng administrasyong ito, no, para makapagpiyansa. Pwede mong piyansahan 'yan eh. All right? And what else? And ayun nga. So isa tong malaking pangbabastos ng Netherlands sa ating bansa. Kaya nga guys, ayaw niya ni ayaw ni President Donald Trump, no? Ayaw ni President Donald Trump ng ICC. Ayaw ni President Vladimir Putin ng ICC. Ayaw ni President Benjamin Netanyahu ng ICC, no? Ayaw din ni President Xi Jinping ng ICC. No? Walang kwenta ang international court na 'yan, no? Ang mas mahalaga rito, we must mind our own business. We have a law in the Philippines. We have a Supreme Court. We have a judicial branch in the Philippines. Kaya lang yan papasok ang International Criminal Court sa ating bansa kung walang korte sa loob ng bansa. Ang Pilipinas may korte, di ba? Bakit mo kailangang pasukin ang bansa na mayroong sariling korte, na mayroong organisadong korte, at nakapasok na nagpapatunay na ang ating korte, no, ay pinawalang kwenta, no, ng administrasyong ito at ng ICC. Alright? Oh my goodness. Okay, so ito pa, in terms of murder, no, ito kasi yun, no, ito binanggit ko na rin to. Kasi in terms of what you call this, arrest, ang susod Tatay Digong, and how are you going to connect that murder? Unang-una, tatlo yan guys Unang-una, murder, torture, and rape. Tatlo murder, torture, and rape. So, sa kanya inaano kay Tatay Digong. Now, the thing is, how are you going to connect? Ito, ginawa ko to, analysis ko to how are you going to connect Tatay Digong in the case of murder if he is not present at the crime scene? Ayan So, isang angle to, no? So, they will say that Tatay Digong will be the principal by inducement, or we call that as a mastermind. Alright? Now, always remember, the case will prosper if they can bring the perpetrator or the principal by direct participation home, the one who commits the killing. Alright? Yun yung guys, yung principal by direct participation, yun yung pumatay. Alright? Pero, but if not, they cannot bring the direct participation of a certain principal, no? The case will not prosper. Yan. Okay. No? But according to a certain representative Chihuahua, no, he said that the evidence is strong because they have a testimonial evidence, no? Ito yung mga pinirmahan ng mga nagreklamo, nag-complaint, no? But in case of a murder, no, or a homicide, this one is a murder, yung the court needs corpus delicti. Sir, ano po yung corpus delicti? Corpus delicti pertains to the body of the crime, no? Corpus delicti is the body of the crime. So what is that body of the crime? In explanation, the body of the crime, no, it doesn't pertain to any bodies, no? Anong katawan, hindi katawan, not a body of a person, but it pertains to the evidence itself. That is corpus delicti. We call that as an evidence, no? Or the body of the crime, no? Pertaining to a certain death of an individual in case of murder, right? So, it is very difficult to prove that it is a murder if there is no corpus delicti. Alright? Mahirap patunayan nyo sa korte, guys. So, how are you going to connect Tatay Digong if there is no principal by direct participation and or corpus delicti? Alright? So, the result will be case dismissed, no? And we will have our triumphant Tatay Digong. Diba? That will be the resulting factor. But the problem here is that it will go for a very long years. It will finish maybe 8 to 10 years, no? 8 to 10 years. So, we're hoping that Tatay Digong can post a bail and come back home to the Philippines, no? And if Tatay Digong can file an interim release and the ICC can grant it. Kaya lang naman din kinuha yan kasi doon, guys, doon. Kasi ang ano ng ICC, pag nagbigay ng summon yan or nung subpoena, baka hindi pumunta. Kaya ang gagawin nila, kukunin nila si Tatay Digong, ilalagay doon sa detention center para pag pinatawag, pupunta. No? Pupunta. So, mean to say, Tatay Digong is detained. No? He is only a suspect. He's still not accused. Hindi pa siya akusado. Right? So, by September 25, that will be the second hearing, no, of the International Criminal Court. So, yun, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing for this administration. Ang tanong, kaya nga sabi ni Senator Cynthia Villar, dapat hindi nyo binigay si President Duterte, no? Hindi nyo binigay, no? Dapat kung siya ay lilitisin man lamang, dapat dito na, kasi pwede naman yun under Article 59 paragraph 2 of the ICC. Alright? Was that Roman statute, no? That's Roman statute. Oh my goodness. Alright? So yun, dapat minsan talaga pag ikaw talaga tumakbong presidente, dapat may utak ka talaga, dapat tapos ka ng pinag-aralan, no? Dapat malawak ang pangunawa mo. Yun. So I'm very disappointed at this administration. And the reason why after this, no, nagkaroon ng aftermath, there arise the peace rally, no, or the peace rally, protest rally starting doon sa Mindanao. Then the other day nasa Visayas na, at siguro ngayon or bukas nandito na yan sa Luzon, no? Parami na ng parami yung mga nagwewelga, nagrarally, no, for President Duterte. At kung mapapansin nyo, doon nga sa Netherlands, di ba, nung pagbaba nga, nakita natin, ang daming tao ron na sumalubong kay President Duterte, no? Ang daming mga nagmamahal sa kanya, libo-libo, no, sa Netherlands. Grabe. So ngayon, dumating na rin doon si Senator Robin Padilla, si Attorney Harry Roque, si Vice President Sara Duterte, nandun silang tatlo, no? And they are talking with the lawyers of President Duterte. They are together with Attorney Salvador Mejaldea, no? Okay. So this is considered to be a state kidnapping. Another thing, unlawful arrest, no? By Attorney Salvador Panelo. So guys, so hanggang dito na lang siguro sa mga ibang pagkakataon na magre-report ulit tayo, magbibigay tayo ng reaction regarding this. So abangan niyo, and please subscribe, watch, like, share, and comment to my YouTube channel, Dr. Rico J TV. Bye bye. God bless us all, and stay safe.